cake to get done. Stop this oppression. Come see me, Shelley, at Parks Lumber Company on 2nd Street. Hey, it's Independence Day.
Dale Earnhardt, Winston Cup champion, talks about Sundrop Citrus Soda.
You know, drinking Sundrop is a lot like racing stock cars. The first rule is you gotta stay cool.
There's nothing else like Sundrop. It's the tangy citrus soft drink so invigorating, once you taste it, you can't live without it.
Whether you're racing a car or drinking Sundrop, you gotta know when to open her up. No doubt about it. I'm going for another cup.
High school band, the Big Gold Machine, playing our national anthem. They always do a good job, don't they, Jim?
It's always exciting to have the band play. You know, we've had real good people singing the national anthem this year. We've had a lot of, excellent renditions of it. But there's something about hearing the band and all those instruments and all those kids. It put a little more goosebumps on you, seem like.
You better believe it. Then they did a great job. The starting lineup, Dree Alexander will start tonight. Haley Webster, 5'7", junior. Also starting Lindsey Wilson. Lindsey's 5'11" and a senior. Dree Alexander, number 24, 5'7", senior. Sarah Stout, 5'11", junior. But Tabitha Napier will be in there quickly, I assure you. The starters for the Lawrence County High Lady Cats right here. Here comes Kayla Goodwin, 5'5", senior.
Number 24.
Brandy Bean, 5'11", senior for the Lady Cats. Brandy Bean will start. Here's Wendy Hartsfield, 5'8", junior. Wendy Hartsfield. Wendy was high scorer the last time we played Columbia. Wendy, in that game, had 17 points. Melody Saxon, number 24, a senior for the Lady Cats. And Katie Smith, 5'9", junior. Katie had 10 the last time we played Columbia, and she had a tremendous game. Foxy Griffin and Jim Thompson from the Ralph Benson Memorial Gym, where the excitement is high, the crowd is loud, the crowd is huge. Lawrence County and Columbia getting ready. The Lawrence County teams will go to Maplewood Tuesday night. Then a week from tonight, the Franklin County Rebels and Rebelettes will be in here to play the Lady Cats and Wildcats. Dree Alexander will be jumping with Katie Smith. They've played against each other quite a few times. Smith and Dree Alexander, two of the best athletes in the state. And the tip goes to Lawrence County. Here goes Mel Saxon, going to drive down left of the lane, give back to Goodwin. Kayla's got it. Kayla starts around the horn, gives to Mel Saxon. Saxon to Hartsfield. Hartsfield might want to shoot a three. She got some of those the last time we played. Alexander comes out on Smith. Here's Katie jumping, rolling, no good. Ball's knocked out of bounds by Kayla Goodwin. Give it to Columbia.
Yeah, nice pull-up shot by Katie. She had a good stroke on it. Just caught a little to the front of the rim and went out. We almost had a rebound, dropped it out of bounds. So here's a turnover on the press. Tried to go long on it. Katie Smith ran the ball down, so we got the ball back.
Okay, Lawrence County with it right here. Katie Smith with a basketball. Lawrence County trying to win game number 14. Katie gives to Goodwin. Kayla Goodwin looks inside. It's going to be tough in there. Columbia's going to sag inside with Lindsey Wilson. Here's Katie Smith giving off to Mel Saxon. Saxon back to Katie to Hartsfield. Driving her layup is good.
Beautiful left-handed layup. Got it in the lane, just spun, went to the basket, got the layup. Now we've got full court pressure on Columbia coming down.
Lawrence County in full court press. Tab Napier is going to try to work through the pressure. Napier spins at the top of the circle and got it across the timeline. Napier looks inside. Dree Alexander got it at the top of the circle. Alexander gives off to Lindsey Wilson. Wilson back to Dree. She's going to drive, jump a 12-footer. Bang! She got it.
Really nice shot by Alexander. Just drove about 10 feet on the baseline, pulled up. Got a beautiful jump shot by her.
Okay, we're tied at 2, Lawrence County and Columbia. Big district game. The Lady Cats are unbeaten. The only game Columbia's lost is the one to Lawrence County. Katie Smith, top of the circle. We're tied at 2, Lawrence County and Columbia. Big district game. Here goes Saxon. Her shot blocked, a whistle and a foul on Lindsey Wilson, I think.
Yeah, I believe it was on Wilson. I believe she'd had the block clean if she'd have just kept her hand up right the last second. She slapped down. I believe she'd have got the ball anyway. You tell kids, don't bring that hand down. And it looked like a pretty good block, but she must have got some of it. So Mel shooting 2 shots.
Okay, they call it on Haley Webster, her first. The free throw's good by Saxon.
Webster must have been reaching in from the other side because Wilson was the one that made the block in front. So something I didn't see.
Saxon's got her first one. The second one's a little short, no good. The rebound out of there to Columbia. Dree Alexander got it. Alexander to Napier. Taub wants to run. The Lady Lions down quickly. Pass goes in the corner to Webster. Webster back to Napier. Columbia usually plays a slow game. In regulation, it was 36. Here's a 3 out there. Good by Napier. Tabitha Napier nails it.
Well, that's the weapon we hadn't seen. They couldn't hit the outside shots up there, and we managed to get a good lead on them. They couldn't get it inside either early in the game there. But that was a pretty shot by her.
Okay, Columbia by 2. It's 5-3. Lady Cats working right here inside to Brandy. A turnaround jumper. It's good.
Well, I'm glad to see that. She only had 2 against Columbia up there. Had a bad shooting night, and I sprayed that was on her mind. I'm glad to see her make that first shot.
Okay, Columbia trying to work through a full court press right here. Sarah Stout getting by Wendy Hartsfield momentarily. Long pass to Tabitha Napier. In a game that's tied at 5, Lawrence County and Columbia. They've had some dandies. A pass inside to Lindsey Wilson. Wilson has it stolen by Katie Smith. Katie's going to drive down, spin, give off to Kayla Goodwin for 3. It's good, but a 2.
She came just inside the line when she set up, but that's fine. She made a good effort, kept her eyes on it. Pretty shot. That gets us up by 2 early.
Okay, Lawrence County by 2. The pass comes into Haley Webster. Back to Napier. Tabitha's going to dribble across the timeline. The press hasn't bothered the Lady Lions. Here's a foul on Katie Smith. Both teams now will have 1 foul. 4:41 left in the first quarter. That was not a shooting foul. Columbia will play on the side. Haley Webster will put the ball in play. And the pass comes in to Tabitha Napier. Napier at the top of the circle gives to Dree Alexander. Alexander back to Wilson. She pulls out to the top of the circle. Napier for 3. It's good.
Oh man, that was from the sidelines too. That wasn't just from 3-point range. That was from way out there. She looks real confident. They hit a big shot against Tullahoma the other night. She's probably still playing on that confidence.
You bet. She's a fine shooter. It's 8-7. There's a shot by Goodwin. It's up there. Good.
Oh, I love to see her shoot. She does so many things for us. I like to see her get some points. Here's a run out to Sarah Stout.
Okay, here's Webster going to be fouled in there by Mel Saxon.
Probably wasn't a bad foul. They had the layup. Stout had the run out, got the ball down there, it's knocked away, and then Webster came along, picked it up, and had the layup until Mel got there and knocked it out of bounds. But second team foul only, just first on Mel.
Lawrence County by 1. Here's Haley Webster at the free throw line, a 5'7" junior. Her free throw's no good, a little short, but she'll have a chance to tie the score right here. Haley Webster, a fine player out of Columbia, Tennessee. Webster's second shot is up there, good, and we're tied. Lawrence County rushing the ball down, tied at 9. Here's Goodwin, needs help in the corner. Goodwin looking for somebody, found Hartsfield. Wendy Hartsfield gives to Katie Smith, a game tied at 9. What kind of defense is Columbia playing?
They're playing pressure man-to-man everywhere, and they're doing a good job of it. They're so much more active than they were when we played them up their place. Doesn't look like the same team. Here's a turnover.
Okay. Turnover by Brandy Bean, threw it away. Jeree Alexander's got it. Columbia can go back on top. Tab Napier fires one up. No good. Rebound goes to Brandy Bean. Brandy gives to Katie Smith with 3:22. Katie for three. This one is no good. They go in the corner, knocked out of bounds. Touch last by Napier.
Yeah, they were running for the ball. I thought Brandy was going to get to it, and she just kind of reached up for some reason, knocked it out of bounds. She didn't really even seem try to get hold of it.
Lawrence County with a basketball and a game tied at 9. Mel Saxon for three. That is bouncing around. No good. Lindsey Wilson with the rebound. Here come the Lady Lions. Tab Napier with it. Napier gives to Alexander. She's open for a shot. Good.
Yeah, Katie went for the steal on the long pass down to her and just was a half step from getting there, and that left Alexander open for the shot. So it's now 11-9 Columbia.
Katie Smith for the Lady Cats working here, trailing by 2. A lot of excitement in the gym. Two of the two top teams in the district. Here's a pass inside. Brandy Bean can't hold it. Little high, and here comes Columbia back down with a chance to run out by 4. Tabitha Napier goes in the corner to Jeree Alexander. Alexander's going to gun one up. It's good. A three-pointer.
Katie was looking for the screen and kind of backed off of her, looking for a screen coming, and Alexander just sat and shot. We got to have. It looked like we're going to have to stay in her face and Napier's face no matter where they are.
14-9. Jeree's got 7. She just averages 9, I believe Jim said. A shot by Lawrence County, no good. Rebound out of there to Columbia. Here come the Lady Lions with their 14-9 lead. Tabitha Napier looks at her coach, Jack Harlow, for instructions. Now the pass goes in the corner to Alexander. Back to Lindsey Wilson. A terrible pass to Sarah Stout. She saved it inside to Wilson. Wilson's going to jump. Bank it. Good.
Oh, Brandy had her hand on it, man, and knocked it loose for a second, and she grabbed it back, and that got Brandy out of position, so she was able to put it in. 16-9. 16 points for Columbia. A lot of times it's a halftime score. I mean, they're really lighting it up.
They sure are. And here's Lawrence County coming down. Katie Smith got a screen. Katie's going to drive. They let her in. Her shot no good, but she's fouled. Boy, a beautiful drive by junior Katie Smith.
Yeah, and the foul probably kept her from making the shot. That's on number 24, Alexander, so I believe that's her first.
Only the second team foul. Both teams have committed 2. Katie Smith at the free throw line. Her shot is good. Katie hit the first one. She'll have another shot. The first quarter score was 9-2 in that game played on December 2nd. Lawrence County leading 9-2. Second free throw by Katie is good. Both clubs already scoring more than they did in the first quarter up there. Here's Tabitha Napier crossing the timeline. The Lady Lions setting up. Tabitha Napier tries to get by Goodwin. A scramble for the ball, and Goodwin had it for a minute. A possession arrow goes to Columbia. Held ball. Great hustle by Goodwin.
Tremendous hustle. Knocked it loose, raced her back to the ball. Both of them dove for it. Kayla managed to get enough of it to tie it up. That's really tremendous hustle and defense by Kayla Goodwin.
Okay, Tabitha Napier with it. Columbia leads right here 16-11. Jeree Alexander's going to drive. Got a screen. Give off to Wilson. Lindsey Wilson back to Alexander in the lane. Gives off to Webster. Webster's open. Layup good.
They're just so much quicker than they were up their place. We're trying to get 2 steals. We're a half step behind because they're moving quicker and they're able to take it going with the basket. This is a different Columbia club than we saw up there.
Okay, Mel Saxon stops, gives to Katie Smith. Wendy Hartsfield's posting up inside. Sarah Stout doing a good job on her. Here's Brandy Bean. A shot no good, but a whistle and a foul on Lindsey Wilson, I believe, this time.
Yeah, I believe this time it is on Wilson. Yeah, she just smacked her on the elbow on the shot. Brandy can make that shot, but that was a good feed inside. We got to be patient. We got to take it in there right away if it's there, but we got to be a little bit more patient, waiting for things to develop.
Free throw good by Brandy Bean. She's a dandy free throw shooter, and she'll have another one. The Lady Cats trail right here. The first quarter is about over. Second free throw good by Brandy Bean. She's got 4. 18-13 is the score. as Columbia gets ready to put the ball in play. A bounce pass coming into Lindsey Wilson. Wilson back to Napier. Napier's picked up by Kayla Goodwin up near the timeline. Columbia bringing it down. Columbia hasn't turned the ball over, I don't think, a time, and they've been good on the boards. They've really had some good rebounds. 13 seconds to go. Here's Sarah Stout, a junior, dribbling around. She's going to go on a three. This one is no good. An air ball taken by Kayla Goodwin with 2 seconds. Stolen by Napier. Napier's shot is bouncing good. Tabitha Napier hit it, and Napier's got 8 points. First quarter score, 20. Start the second quarter here. It's 20-13. The Lady Lions of Columbia lead by 7. Lawrence County will have the basketball as we get ready to start the second quarter. Katie Smith with the basketball, trying to feed inside, and it's knocked out of bounds by Columbia. Katie trying to feed in there to Brandy Bean, wasn't she?
Yeah, I believe so. And then Columbia, like I said, is so much more active. Their hands are everywhere. They're moving their feet. They're just playing totally different than what we saw early in the year.
Lawrence County will have the basketball, a chance to cut it to 5 right here. Katie Smith gives to Hartsfield. Wendy Hartsfield picked up outside by Lindsey Wilson. Back to Brandy. Brandy Bean's going to drive and be fouled. That'll be the second foul on Haley Webster, and it'll be the 4th team foul on Columbia. Here comes Antoinette Armstrong, a part-time starter. Antoinette is 5'5" and a senior. Lawrence County will play. Pass comes into Brandy Bean. Brandy with it, giving to Katie Smith. Katie guarded by Jeree Alexander. 20-13 is the score. Lawrence County trailing. Boy, they'd like to go inside to Brandy, but Lindsey Wilson's doing a great job. Here's Kayla Goodwin inside to Brandy. Brandy shot too high, no good. She missed it. Rebound out to Armstrong. Here come the Lady Lions. Tabitha Napier with it. Napier crosses the timeline. Picked up by Kayla Goodwin. Goodwin dogging Napier and commits the foul.
That's a little bit of a frustration foul for Taylor. She plays such good defense. Sometimes she'll reach across, and you're gonna get that foul call a lot of times, even when you don't. But all the momentum right now is in Columbia's favor. We got to turn that around.
Okay, the Lady Cats are playing hard. Sarah Stout puts the ball in play to Jeree Alexander. Alexander working for Columbia. Tabitha Napier at the top of the circle. Napier goes on the side. Jeree's open. She'll jump over there. Her shot is good. She must be hitting 100%.
Well, she hadn't shot. I really don't think she has missed a shot. They set 3 screens from her that time, coming all the way around the floor, and Katie fought through the first 2, and the last one got her a little bit, and just enough to open the shot up.
Okay, Lawrence County working right here. The Lady Cats with the basketball. They trail 22-13. Brandy Bean with it. Top of the circle, gives to Mel Saxon for 3. This one is good.
We need somebody to hit those kind of shots and pull them out a little bit, just so we can get the ball inside. They're able to sag right now. They don't respect their outside too much. Brandy Bean picked up a little reach foul, I believe, trying to deny Lindsey Wilson the ball against the press. So.
Okay, Brandy gets her second foul. Miranda Wallace checks into the game for Brandy Bean. Brandy had 4 points. 22-16 the score. Columbia leading Columbia's basketball. Tabitha Napier needs some help. She looks for somebody. Found Lindsey Wilson. Lindsey in backcourt gives to Sarah Stout. Stout's going to try to get by Wallace. Miranda Wallace tries to cut her off, and the pass goes to Lindsey Wilson. Wilson back to Tabitha Napier. Columbia would like to slow it down. They've been successful with a half-court game this year. Jeree Alexander in the corner, picked up right there. Here's a Lindsey Wilson. She got inside. Her shot, good.
I believe she walked. She did a little pump fake, and in the middle of it, she shuffled her feet a little bit, but it doesn't matter. They didn't call it, so they're up by 8.
Okay, Katie Smith rushes down for the Lady Cats. Katie gives back to Hartsfield. Hartsfield lost it for a minute. Now they knock it out of Hartsfield's hand, and Lawrence County will go back on defense. Here come the Lady Lions. Tabitha Napier working hard for Columbia. Napier got a screen, didn't use it. Here's a steal by Kayla Goodwin. Kayla's layup is good.
Beautiful steal by Kayla. Caught her twisting, came in the backside behind her and just knocked it loose and went down the floor and managed to make the left-handed layup. So that gets us going back the right way now.
6-point game, Columbia by 6, as Jeree Alexander gives off to Sarah Stout. Stout dribbles across the timeline and almost lost it. Here's a pass going out of bounds. Give it to Columbia. Boy, the Lady Cats are really hustling.
Yeah, that kind of defensive effort there, it can get you going. A lot of times it's only offense, but that kind of hustle on defense can get everybody fired up and going. Now I believe Columbia wants timeout.
Timeout. We'll be back. The score, 24-18 Columbia.
And pop up.
Columbia will have the basketball as we get ready to play. 4:46 left in the first half. Here's Lindsey Wilson inside. Her shot is no good. They fight for the rebound. Katie Smith out of there with it. Katie looked down court, didn't find anybody. Here's Katie going to spin, give to Hartsfield. Hartsfield's shot, no good. Rebound out of there to Armstrong. Antoinette Armstrong went high for the ball. Pass to Jeree Alexander. Jeree almost lost it, saved it. Back to Tabitha Napier. Napier to Jeree. Alexander on the corner with the basketball. Her team leads right here by 6 points. Tab Napier goes inside to Stout. Stout, a jumper. It's good.
Good defense. That's just a good shot there. There's a mismatch there. Miranda Wallace is having to play her, and she's a good 3-4 inches taller than Miranda, but she played her well. She just shot it over the top.
Oh, a good shot there. Good defense by Miranda. All she could do. Here's Lawrence County working. Miranda in the corner. Miranda gives to Hartsfield. Wendy Hartsfield had 17 points in the last game. She's got 2. They try to feed it inside. Lindsey Wilson rejects the pass, and Columbia's got it again.
Yeah, just had a bad angle that time. The defensive player was on the ball side and was able to reach over and get a hand on it.
Alexander left of the lane, being guarded by Katie. Katie back to Wilson. Wilson a jumper. Good.
They are shooting the lights out. I don't remember but 3 shots the entire game that they have missed, and we're in their face on most of them. They're just shooting it unreal.
A 10-point lead for the Lady Lions of Columbia. Lawrence County working right here. Katie Smith at the top of the circle. She'll gun a 3 that's bouncing around. No good. Kayla Smith got it back to Saxon. No good. Tipped around and saved by Tabitha Napier. Napier had it for a minute. Now a jump ball. And the possession arrow goes to Lawrence, to Columbia.
Tremendous. We had 3 people around her. Everybody just reaching in. And finally Miranda managed to knock it loose. 22nd timeout, Lawrence County.
Here's Jill King into the game for the first time. Jill King is about a 6-footer for Columbia. Jill, first half.
You know, to me, the biggest difference is when we saw them last time, they got a true point guard now. Tabitha Napier can run the offense. They had to bring Sarah Stout out front against us before, and she's not a point guard. So everybody's back in the position they're comfortable in, and they're playing well.
Okay, Napier puts it in play to Alexander. Back to Napier. Lawrence County dropping back on defense now. The Lady Cats trying to remain undefeated in the district. Here's Tabitha Napier for Columbia. Napier looks inside, looking for Wilson. Found Alexander. Back to Napier. Napier's shot. This one is no good. Hartsfield had the rebound and dropped it. Here's Columbia. The Lady Lions out there looking for their coach for a play. Pass on the side. Armstrong. Antoinette's going to drive. They let her in. Her shot good.
Nice drive. Only got 1 step. She went all the way to the basket. She didn't pull up. She just took it on to the basket and laid it in. They're up by 12 with just 2 minutes to go in the first half.
18-30. The Lady Lions leading the Lawrence County High Lady Cats. Here's Katie Smith giving to Goodwin. Goodwin's shot, no good, and the rebound to Katie. Katie giving to Mel Saxon. Saxon will gun it. That is no good. Napier out of there with the rebound. Tabitha Napier with it. Napier's going to use a little time off the clock here as their lead is 30-18. Tabitha Napier crosses the timeline and gives to Jeree Alexander. Alexander looks for Wilson. Can't find her. Wilson really hasn't been a great factor. She's got 6. She averages about 10 or 12. Alexander got a screen from Jill King, and the pass goes to Napier. Napier back to Stout. Armstrong, a jumper on the side. Good.
That's said, unreal the way they're shooting. They just, with Mel Saxon dropped inside to help on the drive, and they kicked it right out to Armstrong. She never hesitated, knocked the bottom of the net out. So they're just playing awfully well.
You bet. And here's Lawrence County, 32-18 the score. Columbia really hitting a good percentage. Katie Smith gives to Wallace. Miranda's shot, good, a three.
If anybody can shoot us back into the game, it might be Miranda. She can get hot and really wear it out. She's unconscious when she gets that way. 5-second call on Columbia, our ball. So here's a chance to start cutting back into the lead before half.
Okay, Lindsey Wilson will come in for Jill King, I think.
Checking in for the Lady Lions, number 50, Lindsey Wilson.
Now that may be her just being unfamiliar with everything they're doing because she hasn't had much time since Christmas, but Wilson's back in. Wilson's a good sound player.
Okay, it's 32-21, Columbia with the lead. Lawrence County getting the ball in play, but a steal by Antoinette Armstrong. She's going to run off and leave the defense, and Mel Saxon had to foul her. So Saxon picks up her second foul. Miranda Wallace will come back into the game. That's foul number 2 on Saxon, and I believe it's foul number 5 on the Lady Cats. 32-21. Jill King wants to come back in, but first, Antoinette Armstrong's free throw, good.
Yeah, that was an unnecessary foul really by Mel. The ball really left the girl's hand. She ended up missing the shot, and Mel kind of put her hand on her after the shot. So really, that was an unnecessary foul.
Armstrong at the free throw line. Her second one is no good. Brandy Bean with the rebound. Brandy gives to Katie Smith. Alexander almost had the steal. Katie Smith comes down. The Lady Cats trail right here by a dozen to Kayla Goodwin. Goodwin goes inside to Hartsfield. Hartsfield missed the layup, and the rebound's fought for. And we got jump held ball as Lindsey Wilson's going to come back in, and who's got the possession arrow?
Yeah, we've got the arrow, so it's going to be under our basket with 32 seconds left. We're down by 12. We want to at least cut it to 10. Of course, we'd like to get it down, more than that. We just don't know how many touches we're going to have before the half.
Okay, Kayla Goodwin will play for the Lady Cats, and the pass comes in to Katie Smith, and she's banged pretty hard. She don't need another hit on the head, does she?
No, that's on Armstrong. That's fine. I don't remember another. I believe that's her first.
Okay, the 5th team foul on Columbia. They have fouls to give. Lawrence County will put the ball back in play, and it comes in to Miranda Wallace. Miranda gives to Katie Smith. 33-21, Columbia leading right here as the Lady Cats go to work.
It looks like we're going to hold it to 1 because there's only 20 seconds. That gives us one good shot at it, and hopefully it won't give them another possession.
Okay, Katie with a basketball, top of the circle, off to Hartsfield. Hartsfield starts in, almost lost it. A turnaround jumper, good. Beautiful shot by Wendy.
Right at the buzzer, half's over. We're down by 10, but at least we got a little momentum going before the half. That's a nice little pressure shot by Wendy Hartsfield.
Okay. Katie Smith's got 2 of these 33 points they scored in the first half, more than they scored in the whole game of Columbia earlier in the year. Shane Clark's joining us, and Coach, congratulations, reeling off 5 in a row. Let's talk about that big win over Marshall County on Tuesday night. I thought, from my perspective anyway, that everybody on the team contributed to that win.
Right. I think they did too. I think we got a team effort out of it and Tuesday night, and especially glad of it. With tonight being as big a game as it is, especially glad that we played as well Tuesday. I was afraid we weren't really focused, that we were thinking about tonight, and maybe we were, but I thought we still played well and showed composure there, and jumped out in the first quarter, and then second quarter we really didn't make any progress, and then came out second half and took over the game, and we had a lot of things fall out. We shot the ball well, and then I think our defense has really improved over the year, hopefully, and that's one thing I've tried to stress with the guys is we may have bad shooting nights, but defense is something we ought to be able to count on every night, and I think we're doing that. And some of the kids have stepped up that maybe weren't contributing earlier in the year, and that's one thing that makes me feel a little more hopeful about tonight.
Coach, it's amazing to me. I was out a couple of games with the flu and missed a game at Christmas. The emergence of Bronson Kilburn.
Yeah,
he's really come on strong.
Right. And Bronson's he's a true definition of a hard worker. I mean, he works his tail off every day, and he works hard in practice, which he's not the only one, but I think I think he's kind of got to be a crowd favorite there. The crowd starts cheering when he gets the ball, and I think it's because they see how hard he works in there to get it. And I think Michael Hill has stepped up, and when he comes in, he and Bronson have complemented each other real well. And there for a while we were going with 4 guards and Bryant, and now we're going with a 5-man, a true post. And Bronson and Michael have really done a good job the last few games being that true post for us.
Yeah, and of course the Outlaw kid, the sophomore, continues to improve. He's playing some great ball for you. And what can you say about Big Chicken Wing? You know his points are going to come. He had a sort of a lackluster for him first half Tuesday night, but you look in the paper the next day and your scorebook at the end of the game, and he's got 20.
Right.
And it's amazing. Sometimes he can get them in bunches.
Right, and he got in foul trouble at the beginning of the game, and I probably rested him a little more than I normally would. At the same time, when he did get going, he really got going. And like I said, he's when we get him open from 12 feet and in, he's just about, if he gets open, I don't want to jinx him, but he's just about automatic from 12 feet and in when he gets, if he gets a good look at the basket, and he shoots a real high percentage from that area. And we got him some openings there in the second half. The guards have done, I want to say, we talked about Bryant, and we've talked about Bronson and Michael and Chris really coming on, but I'll tell you, the other guards have done a super job handling the ball as well. We've improved. I think our ball handling has really improved this year.
Taking care of the ball.
Right, and playing under control, and several of the guys are having to do a lot more ball handling than they normally would, but they have really come on this year, and I appreciate them being patient and really working hard on it, concentrating hard on it.
Coach, we got a little help. Tuesday night, Tullahoma upset Columbia. Who would have figured that?
I sure wouldn't have, especially in Columbia. When Coach Freeman told me that, Coach Freeman went to scout it for us, and when he told me that, I just about fell out of the chair when he told me Tullahoma won. I thought he was playing a joke on it first. Not to take anything away from Tullahoma. They've got a real athletic club and a real physical club, but Columbia has been on such a roll. They'd won like 12 in a row, and had just been ranked 5th in the state earlier that day, and they've got a super club. They're super athletic. They shoot the ball well. They run the floor extremely well. I'm worried about us getting back down the floor on defense and containing. And I'm worried about their pressure defense and their big guys inside, and they got Nico Childress. The bad thing, they've only got one senior.
Yeah.
And their B team looks good, their freshman team looks good, and their varsity's good, and they've only got one senior. So
well, they're going to have a good team up there, Coach. We just got to have one too.
That's right. That's what we got to work for.
Nico Childress can really fill it up, and he scored a lot of points up there in spurts. That was a game of spurts, it seemed like, up there at Columbia. We hung there with them for a while, and then they go on about a 10 or 12-point run, it seemed like.
Right.
We'd fight back to get a little closer, and then here they'd come again.
Right. Yeah, and I think that's one thing we got to stay away from. I've told the guys that we got to stay away from letting them score. We can't let them score 3 straight possessions. If we do, we're in trouble. And we got to go into halftime with either a lead, or we got to go into halftime right there with them. If we're down 15 at halftime, it's going to be hard to fight back against a team like Columbia. That's why it's so important for us to have a good start. And then if we start the third quarter off well, then we've got a good shot at being right there at the end. Tullahoma, I think one of the keys for them was they kept a lead throughout most of the game, and when they got down, they only got down by, I believe, 1 point. They got down 1 at about 2 different times, and I think that was one of the keys to them hanging on there and winning a big game.
All righty, Coach. Everybody healthy tonight? Everybody ready to go?
Yeah, Bryant's had his tonsils have been bothering him. I think they just told him that.
That's
Bryant Mitchell. His tonsils have been bothering him, and his throat's been swelling, and he's been having some pain in his throat. And he went to the doctor, and they told him that he was going to have his tonsils out. And so they said as soon as basketball season's over, that they're going to look at taking his tonsils out if they're still in that kind of condition. So, but he felt fine yesterday. He looked good running the floor yesterday and practicing. So hopefully he'll be full speed.
All right, Coach. Good luck to you tonight.
Thanks.
So, Coach Shane Clark, Lawrence County High School men's basketball coach. Columbia.
She had 24 points the first half. So, I mean, she just right now tremendous confidence, got a beautiful shot, and she's able to get open. Columbia will have the basketball to start the quarter, and the pass comes in to Lindsey Wilson in front court. Lindsey with it, giving back to Sarah Stout.
Stout, I think, only hit one bucket there in the first half. But here's a shot up. Good.
Well, that's the way it's gone. She fumbled the ball and then went and got it back on the other side of the basket where she was wide open, made the shot. So that's kind of the way things have gone for us.
Sarah Stout with a basket. Mel Saxon giving off inside to Hartsfield. Wendy's going to drive, put it up. Her shot good.
Nice left-handed shot, high arching shot from just about 4 feet but over the top of people. That was a nice shot. They at least gets us, making our first one the second half.
Sheree Alexander had the ball lost momentarily. Lost by Columbia. The Lady Cats have it. The full court pressure bothered Napier that time.
Right. Katie Smith and Kayla Goodwin putting the pressure on her. I really thought Kayla hit that ball out of bounds, but we'll take anything we can get. We need to get back in this ball game real quick, down by 10.
Here's a Mel Saxon giving to Katie Smith. The Lady Cats playing hard. They trail by 10. The third quarter just underway. Lawrence County with the basketball. Goes to Hartsfield. Hartsfield's guarded by Stout. Wendy's going to go in the middle, spin, put it up, rolling. No good, but she's fouled.
And that's a key right there. We've got to get the ball inside first. And we've got to be patient as long as we have to do it, because we're better shooting when the ball goes inside. We don't have the shot and it's kicked back out to us than we are just standing and shooting from outside. So we've got to get the ball inside and make them foul us a little bit. Get the clock stopped even at this point. We get our momentum going. So Wendy will be shooting 2 shots here and cut it to 8 early in the third quarter.
Last Saturday night when Columbia played Henry County, they were shooting the lights out like this, and Henry County went to a zone and then beat Columbia.
Well, as slow as Jack Harlow Norman needs to play, I'm afraid if we did that, they would just pull out and let us sit back in it and let the clock run. So, I don't know what Henry County did or what he did against Henry County, but that would be one thing we'd have to watch for. She hits both of them, so we're only down by 8 now.
Okay. Here's an 8-point game. Napier goes to Stout. They leave Sarah wide open. She missed the layup, but somebody fouled her. Yeah, boy, she can fly coming off of that broken leg.
Yeah, they had 2 going down the floor open that time. Stout and Alexander were both open going down the floor, and Kayla Goodwin, I believe, put her hand in Stout's back as she went up and kind of eased her into the shot. So she missed the layup, but she's got 2 foul shots coming.
Sarah Stout at the free throw line. Her shot no good.
We got to hope they miss foul shots and we make them. Of course, it's early and we're only 8 points. Nobody's panicking, but everything needs to start turning around so we can get the momentum. Is what we're really worried about. We don't have it. She makes a second, so we're down by 9.
Okay, Katie Smith looks for Hartsfield. She needs some help. Katie is in trouble, and it's a scramble for the ball. It's going to be a held ball. Nobody who would come over to take the pass from Katie Smith.
Yeah, and Katie had already used her dribble up, so she was left holding the ball and couldn't go anywhere with it. And everybody was making cuts, and wasn't anybody open, and she finally had to just give it to somebody.
Okay, but Lawrence County's got the possession error, and the pass comes in to Katie Smith. Columbia by 9, back to Hartsfield, to Mel Saxon. Mel shot, no good. Rebound out of there to Armstrong. Boy, Columbia's got good rebounding position to Tabitha Napier. Napier to Jerry Alexander. Alexander back to Napier. 6:05 left in the third quarter. There's a pass to Alexander. Katie Smith picks her up. Pass into Lindsey Wilson. Wilson's open. Her shot no good. Armstrong got the rebound and stepped on the baseline.
Yeah, she lost her balance a little bit and just kind of stutter-stepped to try to catch her balance. Apparently just caught a piece of the baseline. So, that time Brandy had help from Wendy, and about the time the girls started to shoot, Wendy backed off to her man and left them with an open shot, but luckily they missed it. So we can cut it to 7 here.
Okay, the Lady Cats are playing hard in the third quarter. Katie Smith crosses the timeline, got a screen. Katie gives to Brandy Bean. The Columbia defense has been awesome. Here's Hartsfield going to start in the middle, spin. She goes in. Her shot no good, but she's fouled. Boy, a great move by Wendy Hartsfield.
Yeah, Wendy's getting enough floor. It seems like lately every time she's tried to drive inside, people have been sagging everywhere, and there's just not anywhere to go. And Columbia's staying with their people. So it is opening up some seams for Wendy to go in. And she would have made the layup if she hadn't been fouled. So she can cut it to 7 right here.
Armstrong will come out, and Webster with 3 personal fouls will check back into the ball game for Columbia. Hartsfield's free throw is good.
Wendy, all the girls lately have been really working on their free throw shooting, and primarily their concentration. That's a lot of what free throw shooting is.
Wendy's second free throw is up there. It's good. Boy, Wendy's got 10. She had 17 points in the other game. Lawrence County cuts it to 7 right here. Columbia with the basketball. Lindsey Wilson's double team. She needs help. Found Sarah Stout. Stout giving it back off to Lindsey Wilson. Wilson to Sarah Stout. Now Stout will cross the timeline with 5:17 to go. A 7-point game. Columbia's got the lead. Alexander gives to Lindsey Wilson. Lindsey will shoot a 3 occasionally. Here's a jumper by Stout. Good at the free throw line.
We don't need for her to heat up. The rest of them been shooting the ball well enough without Stout's on, but that was a nice drive to the free throw line, pulled up and just knocked it down. So they're all shooting the ball real well.
Katie Smith's going to start in, give to Hartsfield. Hartsfield fumbled it, turned around, her shot no good. Rebound out of there to Columbia. Lindsey Wilson with the basketball. Here's Tabitha Napier, top of the circle. Goes to Jeree Alexander. Alexander all the way across to Sarah Stout, who will gun a 3. This one is no good. Armstrong got the rebound, put it up, and she's fouled by Mel Saxon. Here comes Miranda Wallace back into the ball game. That'll be the 3rd foul on Saxon. I think it'll be the 3rd team foul, or will it be the 2nd? Listen. Only the 2nd.
Yeah, I believe so. And I think Mel got caught that time watching the ball in flight and forgetting that she had to, find her man first, box her out, and then find the basketball, and she let him have an easy rebound.
Haley Webster's free throw's a little short, no good.
Webster would be a good one to remember to foul later in the game. She's got a jerky little motion on her foul shot, and that's 2 out of 4 she's come up short on.
Second one is no good. Brandy Bean goes high for the rebound. The Lady Cats bring it down. Wallace gives to Katie Smith. Lawrence County undefeated in district play. They've won 5 and lost none. Katie Smith running the offense, calling the play. And here is a whistle and a foul on Kayla Goodwin.
Tough call there on Kayla. She caught the ball and the girl grabbed it from her, and Kayla just let her hands go with the ball. I thought she kept her hands on the ball, but they called a holding foul on her. But that's an unforced turnover. Defensive pressure's there, but really, shouldn't have made that turnover.
That's the 3rd foul on Kayla Goodwin. Katie Smith will take a breather right here. Boy, Katie was really banged up in that Marshall County game. Had a concussion, really, and had to go to the hospital after the game. Here's Sarah Stout for a 3. This one in and out, no good. Miranda Wallace with the basketball. Miranda almost lost it. Webster had it for a minute, but Lawrence County's got it back. Here's Mel Saxon going to post up, give off to Hartsfield. Hartsfield drives and spins. Hartsfield going to shoot and be fouled.
Late calling that. I don't believe if Wendy hadn't hit the floor, I don't know if they would have called the foul. She kind of split through 2 of them, and there was pressure a little on both sides, but they were slow calling it.
Foul number 3.
Boy, foul shots are important, and we've got so much momentum. We need every point we can get, and hope we can get a run somewhere to get right back up, and catch them here sometime.
Who's that foul on, Jim?
I'm not sure, and our clock's not working on that end.
Free throw good by Hartsfield. She's got 11. I know Latavia Goodman got up like she's going to come in, so it might be on Lindsey Wilson. Hartsfield ready for her 2nd shot, and this one is no good. She missed this one. Boy, Wendy had hit about 5 in a row there. 38-30 is the score. Columbia with the lead. Napier gives to Jeree Alexander. 3:27 left in the 3rd quarter. Sarah Stout's open for a 3. This one is no good. Hartsfield with a rebound. Wendy with a basketball. Webster comes up behind her like she might try to get it. Now back to Hartsfield. Hartsfield got a screen, gives to Miranda. Miranda Wallace into Hartsfield. Hartsfield gives to Brandy Bean. Brandy missed the layup, and a whistle and a foul on Hartsfield, I think. Boy, Lawrence County missed another layup, and a whistle and a foul right here on Hartsfield.
Yeah, beautiful feed by Wendy. She came up, she beat her man, and Brandy's man came over to her, and just like Wendy should, she gave it up. Brandy just missed the shot. She won't miss that very often. She feels terrible about it, too, but that's the way things have kind of gone for us.
Yeah, Brandy won't miss many, I'll guarantee you. Here's a foul on Saxon, I believe. If it is, that might be her 4. Foul on Saxon. Yeah,
and that almost looked like a desperation foul. I mean, that looked like it was the last 2 minutes of the game. Mel just needs to play defense and not get those kind of fouls. But that's her third.
Yeah, third foul.
Third, right.
And Katie Smith comes back in. Haley Webster to put the ball in play to Jeree Alexander. And Katie Smith knocks it out of bounds.
And like I say, Columbia's very active tonight. They're really playing well.
Okay, Tabitha Napier behind the back dribble, gets it up across the 10-second line. Napier looks over the defense. 38-30 the score. Columbia with the lead. Sarah Stout with the ball. She's missed her last 2 shots. Stout, not one of their better shooters, really. Trying to get by Wendy Hartsfield, gives to Lindsay Wilson. Wilson back to Stout. Columbia really want to use the clock now. Back to Tabitha Napier. As a matter of fact, they may be freezing the ball. They're in some sort of a stall right here.
Yeah, they're in a double high post, 2 people stacked on each side of the foul line, and they're just putting the ball out front and running cuts and kicking out and coming back. So they're going to wait for a wide open shot, or they're going to run a lot of clock, one or the other.
Okay, here's Jeree Alexander in the corner with a basketball. Looks inside. Jeree's going to dribble round to the top of the circle. Be bothered. Jeree threw it away, a turnover. Katie Smith forced the turnover. Lawrence County will have it. But they used almost 2 minutes off of the clock with their 8-point lead.
Yeah, of course, coaches know their own teams a lot better, but as well as they're playing, well as they're shooting, as a coach, I wouldn't want to break their momentum if I was Jack Harlow, but obviously he knows his players better than I do.
Okay, Katie Smith to the top of the circle. Going to be picked up by Jeree Alexander. Goes to Wallace. Wallace was open for a minute. Really rough inside. Pass goes to Katie. A turnaround jumper. Good by Katie Smith.
Very determined move by Katie. Even though she's a guard, she jumps well, she posts up well, so that might be a good thing for us to do.
Okay, Columbia getting across the timeline with 1:24, a 6-point game. We're in the third quarter. Columbia by 6. Sarah Stout gives to Jeree Alexander. Back to Lindsay Wilson. Wilson guarded by Brandy Bean. Here goes Stout driving. Stout kicks it back out to Tabitha Napier for 3. This one is no good. Katie Smith got the rebound with a minute to go. Lawrence County can cut it to 4. Here goes Brandy Bean. Her shot rolling, no good. Brandy missed it. The rebound out to Tabitha Napier. Columbia probably will play for the final shot right here. The Lady Cats with a chance to cut it by 4 and missed the shot. But Brandy was heavily guarded by Lindsay Wilson. Here's Columbia. Sarah Stout with it. Sarah gives to Jeree Alexander. 38-32 is the score. 30 seconds to go in the third quarter. Columbia has not turned the ball over very often. Here's Sarah Stout. Stout gives to Lindsay Wilson with 20 seconds. Wilson kicks it back to Stout. Sarah Stout with the basketball. Stout gives to Napier. Pass was a little low, but Napier was able to catch up with it. Tabitha Napier's got a screen, and she's going to give in there to Lindsay Wilson. Her shot, good. Third quarter score is Columbia 40, Lawrence County 32, back in 1 minute. Starting the fourth and final period here, Columbia by 8. Lawrence County will have the basketball. Kayla Goodwin will put the ball in play for the Lady Cats. Columbia will have it, won't they?
Yeah, Columbia should have it. I think we tried to con them a little bit there and get the ball, but yeah, it'll be Columbia's basketball.
Haley Webster puts it in play, but a steal by Katie Smith. Katie's going to give off to Hartsfield. Hartsfield's shot no good, but she's fouled. That'll be the fourth team foul, I think, on Columbia.
Right. So they still got a ways to go to get to the 1-and-1. So it's going to be our ball on the baseline. It was apparently before the shot or after. It was kind of a late whistle if it was.
Jeree Alexander got the foul, and the pass comes in to Wendy Hartsfield. Wendy gives off to Kayla Goodwin. Goodwin's shot is no good. Rebound, Sarah Stout. Pretty long rebound, and Stout got it. Here's Sarah Stout with the basketball. Almost stolen, but Columbia retains possession. Back to Sarah Stout. Stout with it, guarded by Hartsfield. 40-32 is the score. Lawrence County Lady Cats fighting hard, trying to get back in this game. Here's Alexander, a jumper that's going to bounce out of there. No good. A whistle and a foul right here on Columbia.
Good rebound position by Miranda Wallace that time. Drew the foul. Got Webster jumping over the back of her on the board, so that gets us the ball back. And that's, if I'm not mistaken, that's Alexander's first shot of the second half, and she's one of the hottest shooters right now and anywhere around. So that may be a mistake by Columbia.
Yeah, Jerry's got 9. She had them all in the first half, didn't she?
As best I remember, like I said, I think that's the first shot. I don't believe she shot the ball the whole third quarter.
Got most of them in the first quarter, didn't she?
Yeah, she looks real confident shooting. She just hadn't had the opportunity. Of course, she got Katie Smith in her face, too.
Yeah. Here's Lawrence County with a basketball. 40-32 is the score right here. Katie Smith gives to Brandy. Brandy banked it. It's no good. Brandy missed it. Miranda Wallace put it back. Good.
Brandy just can't get it to fall in right now. That ball hung and fell off. Lucky Miranda Wallace right there to get the rebound and put it back in. Ball kicked out by Kayla Goodwin, so it's still going to be Columbia's ball against the press.
6-point game right here. Haley Webster will come back in. Boy, she's played a dandy game. I'm telling you. Webster will come back in with her 4 fouls. Columbia with a basketball. Long pass down to Jerry Alexander. Alexander gives back to Tabitha Napier. Napier with the basketball. Guarded right there by Kayla Goodwin. Columbia by 4. Here's a steal by Kayla Goodwin. Kayla's going to drive in. Her shot is no good. Lawrence County missed another layup. And the rebound out of there to Columbia. Here comes Tabitha Napier giving to Alexander. Layup good by Alexander.
Beautiful pass, cross-court bounce pass by Napier right to Alexander going to the basket. Beautiful shot on their end. I really thought there was a foul against lone Kayla Goodwin on her shot on the other end, but it wasn't called.
Okay, here's a jumper by Katie Smith. Good. Katie hit it.
Katie needs to take some control right now. Get the penetration, drop it off when people are open, take the shot when they're not. That's her game. She needs to do that from this point on.
42-36 here. Columbia with the ball. 5:33 left. Columbia's got the lead. 42-36. Sarah Stout at the top of the circle, giving off to Napier. Napier looks inside, back to Lindsey Wilson. Wilson to Alexander for 3. This one is over the top, no good. Lawrence County will have the ball.
Yeah, and honestly, the way the momentum's going right now and the way things have gone, I believe if we'll be patient, just take what they give us, keep plugging away at it. I believe when it comes down to the end, we'll have as good a chance as Columbia to win the basketball game. We're only down by 6. Everything hadn't gone our way.
There's Jill King coming back in. Lawrence County in backcourt. Columbia don't usually run the full court press. They're not doing it here. So Katie Smith with the ball. Lady Cats working right here. Katie's going to start in, put it up. Good.
Good job. Went off the screen, saw the opening of the basket, took it in, laid it in from the left-hand side, cuts it to 4 points. And now the pressure's getting on Columbia a little bit.
Okay, here's Columbia with a basketball. Pass goes to Tabitha Napier. Napier behind the back dribble. Lawrence County trailing by 4. Tabitha Napier wants time. Columbia takes time. Lawrence County trailing by 4. 42-38, back in 1 minute.
Hey folks, when you feel like going out for a really good meal, just head on up to Chaparral Steakhouse, where they...
Back here, Columbia's got the basketball. They call the timeout. Haley Webster puts it in play, and you got traveling, a turnover, Columbia. Who forced that?
Yeah, Katie Smith got her hand in and got it on the ball, and Alexander couldn't get control of it and just kind of took a couple of steps, and it was definitely caused by pressure by Katie Smith. And Katie hadn't scored a lot of points tonight because she's had to really take a lot of effort on defense against Alexander.
5 minutes to go in the game. Katie Smith drives down the middle. Katie gives off to Saxon. Mel Saxon giving back to Goodwin. Lawrence County down by 4. Here's Kayla's in trouble. Gives off to Katie Smith. Katie's shot no good. Rebound out of there to Columbia. Shot just a little short, and Columbia's got it with 4.5 minutes to go. Tabitha Napier picked up at midcourt. Here's a 3 by Taub. It's bouncing around, no good. Katie Smith got the rebound. A whistle and a foul. Who's it on?
It's on Lindsey Wilson in it. It's either her 4th, I believe. Could be her 5th.
Foul is on Lindsey Wilson of Columbia,
But anyway, Katie had good position, and Wilson came in beside her. I believe if Wilson kept stepping on the inside, she'd actually got position on Katie, but she didn't. And when they went up, the advantage came to us. Now we've got a timeout, Columbia. I believe it's the 22nd.
Okay, Lawrence County trailing 42 to 38. Wilson and Sarah Stout all in there around 5'11". Lawrence County will have the basketball. I say it's going to be hard to get inside now, Jim.
Yeah, except for quickness. I believe we'll have a step on them. I believe our girls are quicker. It's just whether we can get the ball in the position to use the quickness.
Katie Smith got a screen, gives to Brandy. Brandy banked it. Good.
Finally gets one to go. Hit the back iron off the board, back in, cuts it to 2 with 4 minutes to go in the ball game.
Okay, Columbia leading by 2 points right here. And a long pass coming down. Columbia threw it away. A turnover, Columbia. Lawrence County will have the basketball and a chance to tie.
Yeah, really a smart pass by Lindsey Wilson. She was stuck in the backcourt, so she just threw it down the floor because Stout had position, but she didn't think about Stout not being able to outrun Katie Smith.
Okay, timeout on the floor. Columbia 42, Lawrence County 40, back in 1 minute.
Supreme Housing on North Locust in Lawrenceburg is having a closeout on all in-stock 1997 homes. Prices have been reduced on all 3 and 4 bedrooms.
Citizens of the future. The entire area benefits from quality educational and athletic programs in our school system. Excel of Tennessee doing our part to make Lawrence County the best.
Okay, we're back here. Ready to go? Katie Smith with the basketball. Katie, double team, gives off to Kayla Goodwin. Goodwin gives to Brandy Bean in the corner. 2-point game. Katie Smith starts in, gives to Hartsfield, to Brandy. Brandy shot good. You're tied with 3:30 left.
Got a 15-footer on the baseline. Just total confidence that time. She'd be one to look to the rest of the ball game.
Okay, Lawrence County and Columbia tied. Tabitha Napier trying to get it across midcourt. Goes to Sarah Stout. Stout's going to start in. Had the ball slapped loose momentarily. Here's Tabitha Napier in a game tied at 42 with 3:18 to go. Lawrence County and Columbia. Jeree Alexander with it. She might shoot. Yeah, Jeree's going to jump. Good.
That's who I'd have shooting if I was Columbia right there. And really, they don't have many ball handlers on the floor right now. They got 3 if you count Stout, the other 2. So we can put pressure on them, but Alexander's a shooter.
Lawrence County trailing by 2 here. Brandy Bean threw it away. Trying to feed inside. Threw it away. And Columbia will play. Brandy was trying to find Hartsfield, wasn't she?
Yeah, Wendy was open. By the time Wendy sat down to screen on the girl was when Brandy threw the ball. She just couldn't get her feet moving.
Okay, Columbia with a 2-point lead and the ball, 2:50 to go in the game. And the pass goes to Jeree Alexander. Jeree wants to give back to Tabitha Napier. Tabitha, good ball handler. Giving off right here to Alexander. Napier and Alexander perhaps are the best 2 ball handlers. Here goes Lindsey Wilson driving. She missed the shot and the rebound out of there to Wendy Hartsfield. A big rebound. She gives to Kayla Goodwin, back to Katie Smith. Katie calls the play with 2:20 left in the game. Columbia leading by 2 points. Lawrence County fought back from an 8-point deficit. Here's Brandy giving to Kayla Goodwin. Into Brandy. Brandy, a turnaround jumper. Good, and a foul. Brandy hit the jumper and a foul.
Oh, the foul was hard, too. Brandy almost lost it. She just kind of followed through to make sure. I think she was going to get a 2-shot foul. Somehow the ball went in. That was just beautiful concentration by Brandy Bean.
Okay, Lawrence County with a chance to take the lead right here. That must be about the 4th foul on Lindsey. Was it on Lindsey Wilson?
I believe it was. To be honest, I was watching Brandy watching the ball. I wouldn't swear who it was on.
Free throw good by Brandy Bean. Lawrence County's got the lead for the first time in a long time. Pass comes in to Tabitha Napier. Napier with the basketball. Lawrence County by 1, 45-44. Here's a screen for Napier. Tabitha Napier with the basketball. Napier gives back to Sarah Stout. Stout back to Napier. Lawrence County by 1. Just under 2 minutes to go. Sarah Stout with it. Sarah's going to start in, give off to Haley Webster. Back to Jeree. Jeree to Stout. A whistle and a foul on Lawrence County.
That's only our 16th foul, so that won't be a shooting foul on their part. But we'd like to save that 6th one a little longer if we could have, but it'll be their ball inbound.
Second second team foul on Wendy Hartsfield, and Columbia will play right under their goal. They got a good inbounds play. Let's see if it works. Here's a pass coming in there to Alexander. Her shot is no good. Rebound, Mel Saxon. Lawrence County's got the ball in the lead with 95 seconds to go. A minute 30 left in the game. Coach Willie Joyner up talking to Katie Smith, who has the basketball for Lawrence County. Coach Jack Harlow tells his team to come out and pick Katie up now as Hartsfield with the basketball. Columbia playing tough defense, and Katie Smith's going to be fouled. A whistle and a foul on Jeree Alexander. That is the 7th team foul, or 8th on Columbia.
We'll be shooting the 1-and-1. We got our quickness. Katie's quickness saved us there. Wendy threw the ball to it, bounced off her hands. She immediately got right back to it, got her hands on it. Columbia girls trying to take it and just ran her down. So big foul shots. Obviously, minute 11 left, up by 1. Every shot, every possession now is extremely important.
Katie's free throw is good. Lawrence County a 2-point lead. Katie Smith will have another one with a minute 11 to go in the game.
Of course, there's still a lot of time left, but this is important to get it to 3 points.
Katie's free throw good. Lawrence County by 3. 47-44. Lawrence County in a full court press, and the pass is knocked out of bounds by Brandy Bean.
Almost got her hand on it. She's a little quicker than Wilson. She can get to the ball a little quicker, and there's a little bit of a lazy pass. She almost had the turnover.
Okay, they look for Jeree Alexander. This time Columbia gets it in bounds. Lawrence County by 3. Tabitha Napier dribbles across the timeline with a minute to go. Tabitha gives off to Armstrong. Almost a steal. Lawrence County working hard on defense. 54 seconds. Here's a pass to Jeree Alexander. Alexander with it. Lawrence County's committed 6 fouls. Alexander got a screen, going to start in, gives off to Stout. Stout's shot is no good, but she's fouled.
Well, they're looking away from the ball.
So Columbia will go to the free throw line, won't they, as Brandy Bean picks up her 3rd foul.
Gets Brandy Bean away from the ball. I was watching Mel Saxon on the shot and didn't see a foul, but the whistle was away from it. Brandy, I guess, getting to the rebound position. Sarah Stout for Columbia will be shooting 1-and-1.
Yeah, she's a good free throw shooter. A junior. Sarah Stout's free throw is no good. She missed the first one.
Well, the only way she's shooting 2 right now, they must have called that a flagrant foul or something. I don't know why she's shooting the second one.
Okay, her shot is up there good. Sarah Stout hit it, and Lawrence County with the basketball. Here's a whistle and a foul on Stout, I believe, or Napier. And this will send Katie Smith to the free throw line. Columbia's committed 9. Lawrence County's committed 7 fouls.
What must have happened on the other end? I was watching Mel, and she was on Stout, but Stout was the shooter, so Brandy must have fouled Stout reaching in from the side or something I couldn't see. That had to be what happened.
Free throw by Katie, good. A 3-point game. Lawrence County by 3. Katie Smith's got 11.
Obviously a big shot here. Then you want to find Jeree Alexander when they go down the floor. Make sure you got a hand in her face and Napier on the other end of the floor.
Katie Smith's free throw, good. She's nailed 4 in a row in the last 30 seconds. Here's a pass coming in to Sarah Stout. Lady Cats by 4. 36 seconds to go in the ball game. Here comes Tabitha Napier. Napier at the top of the circle, 30 seconds. Napier got a screen. She's going to start in. The defense is good for the Lady Cats. 24 seconds. Pass goes to Alexander. Alexander, a bad pass. She threw it out of bounds. Lawrence County's got the ball with 17 seconds. The Lady Cats with a 4-point lead. This crowd is going wild at the Ralph Benson Memorial Gym. The Lady Cats and Wildcats have almost filled the gym tonight. Here's a pass into Katie Smith. Katie gives to Hartsfield. Wendy's going to pull it out and be fouled with 12 seconds to go. Lawrence County's got a 4-point lead, 49-45. The Lady Cats have fought from behind and played a great second half. Wendy Hartsfield at the free throw line, 12 seconds to go. So if Wendy's not going to miss it, but if she did, you got to play tough defense, hadn't you?
You got to play tough defense and don't foul on the 3-point shot. The only way they can tie it up, you would think, would be if you fouled them and they hit a 3. So this first shot's real important. She makes this first one, it makes everything a little easier.
Hartsfield's free throw, good.
That was the important one. Of course, you want them all you can get. You want to make the next one 2, get us up by 6 instead of 5. But that was the one that gets it out of any one shot, even with a foul range. You would think. Well, something strange happens.
Hartsfield's second free throw is good. Wendy's got 14 points. 51-45. Columbia with the basketball. Here comes Armstrong flying down the field. They're going to let her shoot. No good. Rebound out of there to Columbia. They put it up good with 3 seconds. And this ball game is over. Lawrence County a winner, 51-47. 51-47. Lawrence County wins.
Oh, that's a big win. The thing that won over that for us, we didn't give up. We hustled from start to finish, and things looked bad for us. We kept plugging at it and experience, and just the seniors toward the end, and Katie Smith really made the difference.
And another thing, Jim, Columbia, I knew they couldn't shoot like that for the whole game. Most high school teams don't shoot 90% for the whole game.
All right. Plus, they had 33 points.